If there ever was a poster child for parentification, that would be me, absolutely. And parentification, what that means is that the roles are switched, that the child becomes the parent. They become emotionally, mentally, physically, financially responsible for the actual parent. That's parentification. You just naturally take on those rules because no one else is doing them, so you have to pick up the slack. I was a full-on housewife by 6. I mean, I cooked, I cleaned, I sewed. My mom didn't know how to do any of those things. She could clean, but she didn't. I did all of those things. I turned into the parent in our family. And she would always be just the rebellious teenager. That never changed at all until I totally cut contact with her at 28 years old. So through my whole life, I feel like I was a complete adult. I never had a childhood. The only time I had a childhood was on the weekends with my grandparents or my aunts and uncles, and I'm so grateful for that. But I was an adult the rest of the time, all the time. I had to carry a lot of burden and responsibility. My extended family that dysfunctionally catered to her so they could have contact with me, they called me the whipping post. I was always named the whipping post because she took all her anger out on me, all her frustration, everything out on me. And my fault, I was the fault for everything. Every relationship she ever had, anything, I was at fault for, period. I knew just from being in school that when parents get divorced and whatever, it's not the child's fault because I had heard that many times in school. I had to remind myself of that constantly as a small child because my mom would blame me for every relationship problem. It was me, it was me, it was me. So I had to tell myself it's not you, it's her. Something is not right with her. It made me very responsible, but it gave me a lot of extra trauma, that's for sure. My wonderful friend just posted something on my Facebook that I'm going to put up here about the parentified daughter, which is so, so true. Because all the time that you're taking responsibility for everyone else, and I will continue to do that up until, a few years ago, the rest of my life being a caregiver in the nurse position, being a caregiver for children. I was always a caregiver for children. All the little DRUG houses, I was always the caregiver. I was always trying to protect people's children because I knew what could happen to them because it was all happening to me. So that's my little spiel on parentification. We'll go deeper in that later, but it causes a lot of problems, physical, mental, and emotional.